warmer somewhere out there on the water. Not near the water, Prince Edward Island, of course, where there's plenty of ice. Aaron Rogerson spends his time on land here on Prince Edward Island. He was born, raised in Charlottetown, but his work does take him to sea as the project manager of the Odyssey Marine Exploration. He and his team spend months at a time searching for sunken shipwrecks and their treasure. Odyssey was even featured on the Discovery Channel TV series called Treasure Quest. Nancy Russell brings us the story of this PEI-based deep-sea explorer, along with some excerpts from that Discovery Channel piece.
Those coins are huge.
This is a scene from Treasure Quest, the Discovery Channel television series that profiled Odyssey and its crew. In this episode called The Color of Money, the team cheers as they open up a crate filled with gold coins. Aaron Rogerson says the reality of searching for sunken shipwrecks is much more complicated.
Yeah, well, a lot of people think we just go out there and you sit in a chair and you control this giant robot and you pick up gold from the seabed, but there's a lot more work to that. We spend years looking for some of these shipwrecks, vast search areas looking for older wrecks that have a small signature on the seabed.
And they're at the forefront of deep-sea shipwreck exploration.
Aaron Rogerson has been working on the Odyssey since 2004. He studied geotechnical engineering and geophysics in college, did surveying work in the Gulf of Mexico, and then cable work in oceans around the world.
And when you get into that industry, it's worldwide and it's quite a small community when it really comes down to it. And some of them knew a bit of Odyssey. And I came home from a cable ship in the UK and they said, "Do you want to go down there for a trip? We need somebody." And I said, "Well, okay, it'll be kind of fun."
Finding ancient, high-value shipwrecks is their specialty.
These are some of the ingots we recovered from the Central America this summer. Very neat wreck. Like that one there is a bit as big as a block of butter. You know, we do this all the time, so a lot of us get quite jaded to seeing this stuff. But when something like that pops up, it's still pretty fantastic.
How much would that be worth?
Again, I don't deal with the dollars and cents of it at that end, but a substantial amount. I mean, $500,000. It's a very well-known wreck, the Central America. It's called the Ship of Gold. It's sunk in a hurricane. A personal luggage bag of coins, and then that's how we recover them. We use this limpet on one of the manipulator arms, and they pick them up one by one.
There's a true science behind Odyssey. It's not just a game of luck. Even by using ultrasound to scan the ocean floor, and by using underwater robots to investigate the wrecks, it can take years from start to finish to find and recover just one ship.
Aaron Rogerson says the company does lots of research before choosing to search for a shipwreck. It wants to ensure there is enough valuable cargo to cover the costs of recovery and no issues of ownership, like an insurance company or country that is going to claim the find.
It's very expensive, yeah. Depends what kind of operations we're doing at any particular time, but it can range from $25,000 a day to, on the Garasopa project, we had a huge heavy lift vessel chartered in. It was over $100,000 a day. So yeah, you want to execute in a timely manner. These are acoustic transponders. And on the big projects, we typically put down an array of 4 to 6 of these, or more if necessary, spread over the site. Do a lot of our positioning is with acoustics.
So it's like pinging?
Yeah. We also use a inertia navigation system. It's very advanced technology.
We get a lot of bad press. Yeah, we sound like pirates maybe, but we aren't. We do true archaeology recovery, but you know, what's an archaeologist looking for? Treasure. You know, as long as you're responsible with what you do with the treasure, then there's no negative aspect of treasure hunting. We're trying to return these treasures to the public.
These green-looking things here are amber types. Photography was quite new then, too. This is 1857, so people kind of treasured these, you know, and they were valuable. But when you come across something like that on the seabed, and you can just see her as clear as, puts a human touch on it, right? There's some gold coins, that's how we'd find them. You can see how pristine they look, you know, nothing really attacks gold. There's the bridge where the captain sits and he maneuvers the boat and keeps it where it needs to be. Then there's the online room. That's where the surveyors are. They're the ones that position the boat. They track the ROV. And then we have the offline room, and that's where I sit mostly and just oversee things with the archaeologist. In this coin pot in the front of the ROV, there's we call it coin goo, but it's a environmentally friendly, looks like a gelatin kind of thing. So the gold coins, even the tiniest scratch on them during the recovery, could cost thousands of dollars in the value. So it's important to protect them. They get designated with a number, and that number follows any artifact we recover right from the moment before it gets moved on the seabed.
And at the bottom of those oceans lie an estimated 3 million shipwrecks. And those wrecks mean big money.
Aaron Rogerson says the treasure Odyssey is tracking can sometimes attract unwanted attention.
People are very cagey at watching our vessels and the people that participate in this illegal stuff, and they know where we're at because there's a system called the AIS system that every vessel over a certain tonnage has to have, and that reports your position. Anybody can find it on the internet. Yeah, it's a concern. Security. I mean, when we come to ports, when we have something, sometimes we do have security comes to take it away.
That's where about 600,000 coins, totaling nearly $500 million, were recovered from an ancient shipwreck.
While the TV show on Discovery Channel raised the profile of Odyssey and its crew, Aaron Rogerson says he's happy to search for shipwrecks without the cameras.
We learned a lot about the magic of television. But you see a lot of like the reality shows and stuff, and our guys are all good friends, so there was none of this drama, like yelling at each other and cursing, and unfortunately that makes for good television. So it got good reviews, but Discovery Channel said that they could get the same reviews for less money elsewhere. So
Aaron Rogerson says there are downsides to a job that puts him on the ocean 24/7.
Not really like classically seasick, but when you get into rough weather like that and it's 3-4 days of that, it's tough to sleep. You don't really want to eat, and like after a couple of days, it grinds you down. People get irritable.
On the upside, Aaron Rogerson works 1 month on, 1 month off, giving him lots of time with his 10-year-old daughter and 8-year-old son back here on PEI.
My kids think it's great, and they're sometimes my biggest critics. It's the first thing they ask me when I go, "What'd you find? Did you get any gold?" No, not yet. Yeah, they want updates.
Aaron Rogerson says he looks forward to returning to some of the ships Odyssey has already found and searching for new ones.
It's not so much that you found something shiny. It's about, you succeeded in finding the shipwreck or the treasure that we could be looking for. But there's a lot of archaeology we do, and that's important. We've had success on quite a few projects now. It's not just a one-time lucky strike. It's not every day that we find one, but we have a pretty good record of success when it comes to searching for major projects and executing on them.
For Island Morning, I'm Nancy Russell in Charlottetown.
By the way, proving you can't go anywhere without running into somebody from PEI, there's another Islander on board that same ship, the Odyssey Explorer. Dean Gillis joined the crew 4.5 years ago, and thanks to Nancy Russell for bringing us that story.